And now we are at Siam Sunset, and we're getting some breakfast. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning. Ordered a bunch of food that's actually typically hard to get in, not only in Thailand, but actually almost impossible to get in America. So Mom found out and thought that it would be really interesting for us to come here and try it. Oh, looks like the food is starting to come. Alright, so Lynn dished out everything as I kind of filmed earlier, and this first dish is pig innards with mustard pickled greens. It sounds awful, but it actually smells really good.
It's because it is awful. Haha. You put the chili in it now. Yeah.
It tastes so good.
And if you add the chili, this chili sauce right here has a really strong kick with lemon juice in it, but that added tanginess, is what makes the soup super good. It's perfect.
But as I also showed, we got a 4-mix pork plate, or it looks like pork and chicken.
Yeah, duck, pork, and chicken. Yep.
Okay, so
pork, char siu.
And then the duck's over here. Mm-hmm.
Nice. And then we have the guac chops and boat noodles. So
boat noodles.
Once I get through this bowl, we'll come back and go through the next bowl and the next bowl to get a good flavor of each. All right, so now we have the boat noodles, or kutiola, as Mom. This is something Mom has a real hard time finding. It's noodle soup in a mixture of a pig's blood kind of stew, and so. It's just good. It's just tasty. So, Ben, go ahead. I know you're the one that wanted the water. So. It has a little spice flavor, and then it has kind of a regular noodle soupy flavor to it. It's thicker and richer, though, I would say. And it has like this nice lemon and white pepper flavor to it, yeah.
It's a very wholesome flavor.
Yeah, it does have a little kick to it, so I'm wondering if there's more than just white pepper, because it's hitting me in the back of the throat.
Well, I think it's just a lot of white pepper. It's more white pepper than we're used to, because we usually just put a single shake.
Yeah, that's delicious stuff. Absolutely great. Well, like before, I'll go ahead and finish this, and then we'll go to the guac chop. Alright, and then the last dish is guac chop. This is a personal favorite of mine that I get in Thailand. It's actually difficult for me to get in Thailand because Mom's always worried about where we're getting clean food from. But the fact that I could just get it here, the sauce that they do is a lot thicker than what I'm used to. It smells amazing. And the flavor is just right there. Oh yeah.
It's a classic flavor. Charlie's liked this since he was young.
Yeah. And like the famous thing are these rolled noodles. Yeah. Overall, this entire meal has been so satisfying.
It's been very Thai. This is remarkably Thai. This is more Thai than I'm used to.
And what's funny is Mom told us not to come here at first. And then she found out the dishes that they served here. And was like, you have to go to that restaurant, Charlie. They have all these dishes. I'm like, okay, cool, I'm down. But
And they have an A rating.
it's only 3 miles away from our hotel, so it's super close. We could actually come try more items here on another day. I think it's actually worth coming back to. But being that our time is limited, I do want to try to get as much of my my food map out as possible. But yeah, I think we're gonna finish up here and then we'll check back in at the next place. All right, it is super bright here and really loud, so hopefully the camera could hear me. We are currently at Universal City Walk. We just walked into this place called Tifa Comics, and it's right behind me. Lynn bought a puzzle, an actual Animal Crossing puzzle. It's pretty awesome. Let's see if I can pull it up here. But we just finished up at the Thai restaurant and just came on over. So the weather's gorgeous. Parking here was $28. It's funny, at Universal, I didn't know they did this, but there's actually a difference in price depending on where you park. So the closer you park to the park, the more expensive it gets. This is pretty awesome. We'll probably taste some different items here. There's a Starbucks in front of me that looks interesting, and a Voodoo Donuts, which I didn't know that they were outside of the Portland area. But we'll do a little walking around. There's so much to see here and so much to do, so hopefully we can get enough of it done before Colt has to head on back up north. We'll check back in a moment. Alright, so we found some butterscotch beer, or butter beer as it's better known as. It was at a place called It's Sugar,
which is a chain candy.
Yeah, it's a candy store. It's non-alcoholic beer. It's just like a thing that you see in Harry Potter. But I'm looking forward to it because I had it at Universal more as like a, what do you call it, like an icy that you get from like 7-Eleven. That was my favorite one, yeah, the Slurpee. But they did have a liquid one as well. It was alright. Oh yeah, alright, that's good. I don't feel that it's as creamy as it was when I got it.
It's not creamy at all.
It could be the fact that they didn't put the, there's a foam that's supposed to be on top of this. So, it's very sweet. And I think it could probably be a little bit more carbonated if it was to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
it's good. I don't know if it's $4 good, but...
Oh god, it's $4 a bottle?
Yeah, I got a discount for buying 4.
Oh, that's funny.
So...
Fair enough, there's 4 of us.
Yeah, it worked out well. But anyhow, we're probably going to be taking off from here, going back to the hotel to Colt off so that he can get headed off home, and then we'll probably go to the next spot. So, check you out there. So, we got some Voodoo Donuts, which I just filmed, and I'll just put it over here. But the last time I had Voodoo Donuts was in Portland, Oregon. I didn't know that they're a chain now, I guess. But we started cracking into it because Colt has to really get going here. This is their bacon maple bar.
It's not Randy's.
It's not Randy's.
Randy's is
But
definitely the
it's
best. Wanna try the grape one next?
Not to be too much of an animal.
They
They had a
purple
grape flavored donut. I've never had a grape flavored donut before. So yeah, let's give that a shot.
Does it taste like grape fun dip? Because I imagine it tastes like grape fun dip.
It tastes like, yeah, it tastes like grape candy.
Okay, yeah.
It doesn't taste like grape. I'm trying to think of what it really reminds me of.
No, straight up fun dip.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, that tastes like grape fun dip. It looks like grape fun dip. It's on top. It's good.
Yeah. Between the two, that was the better one.
Yeah, that's definitely the better one. It tastes the way you want it to taste.
Yeah, it tastes like grape. But anyhow, we gotta get going, so we're gonna finish this up real quick and then bounce out of here, go back to the hotel so Colt can get out of here. So, we'll see you in the next part. Alright, so we're at Tacos 1986. And yeah, we got a couple of tacos, a motolita, a taco vampiras, and a quesadilla. And yeah, let's go ahead and take a quick bite in. Here's the taco. Oh, that flavor is solid.
Yep.
They give some salsa as well.
You want it here to go?
A little sauce on that.
That smells spicy.
It is spicy. Not crazy spicy. But it got a kick on it.
I know some better.
It's good though. Solid carne asada. this is lunch. We're about to head over to Santa Monica Pier. Just walk around there for a little while. Actually, we're gonna go get Persian ice cream right after this because it's right next to us. So do that, and we'll check back in when we get there. Alright, now we're at Mashti Malone's, trying some ice cream that's been suggested to me. I wonder if I'm actually going to be able to bite this. It's been sitting here for a little while now, so it's getting a little melty.
All of 5 minutes.
Long time for ice cream.
Yep. That's solid coffee flavor.
Turkish coffee flavor. Amazing. It's just
Tastes
a
like
solid coffee, yeah.
Yeah, it just
Solid
tastes like coffee.
ice cream. Probably not as adventurous as that could have possibly been, but it's solid, and I like the way that you can make your own little sandwich. And at $5, I think it's worth it. So
Yeah, for sure.
all right, next time we'll be at Santa Monica Pier, so we'll check back in a moment. All right, and we are at Santa Monica Pier. Found some decent pricing, $25 for the day. I'm just walking around. It's crazy the amount of people here. The pier and the Pacific Park, I think it is, that like amusement park that's behind me, is so packed. It's crazy the amount of people. That's all I could really say. A lot of good sights, a lot of fun. Looks like there's quite a few tourists here too, which is kind of cool. We're trying to figure out what to go see next. The rides are pretty packed. The beach is pretty packed as well. I don't know if this is normal, if this is little. I think we're gonna check back in once we go find out what we're gonna eat for dinner. There's just too many different options, and being that today's July 4th observed, a lot of places are actually closed, but we will we'll check back in a moment here. All right, and we are on Sotel Street in this kind of little Japan type area. It almost feels like a Japan town. There's so many Japanese things here, so many noodle shops. Right in front of me is this crazy looking barbecue place where everything's on charcoal. We actually just finished eating at Tsujita, LA's Artisan noodles. They're known for tsukemen, which Lynn and Ben got, and I got the just regular ramen because I was worried the tsukemen might be too fishy, but it wasn't fishy at all. It was actually delicious, and I'm kind of jealous that they got that and I didn't. The noodles just had the perfect amount of bite, and the sauce was, for the tsukemen in particular, was just like the perfect saltiness. The ramen, after eating the tsukemen, was a little bit light on flavor, although, I don't know, since I started with the ramen, it was actually really good, and then had a bite or two of Lynn's tsukemen, and I was like, wow, that's really good. The sizes were good, everything was awesome. We're probably just gonna go to one more thing tonight, and then hit back to the hotel, so, cool. All right, we'll probably check back in at least one more time. All right, and this is the last stop for the night. We are at the LA County Museum of Art, and we're at the lights installation. It's quite busy. It looks great, as usual. We actually, on our way over here, ran into a really crazy cool thing. We found the parts of the Berlin Wall that were actually painted over. They're sent, I think, to 10 different places around the world. It's just right across the street, and there's like no one else there, so it was pretty amazing. I just sent my mom photos because we actually saw the Berlin Wall in Berlin, so that was pretty awesome. And this is probably better looking pieces than any of the pieces that we really saw when we were in Germany, which is pretty awesome. But that will do it for the night, and I think we're good to go. We'll call it a night here, and I will see you in the next one. Alright, so I lied. I thought the LA County Museum of Art was going to be the last thing for the night, but after I took a shower, Lynn let me know that there was cake and some other pastries from a very famous baker, Carlo's Bakery, that's actually out of Hoboken in Jersey, but there's apparently a shop that was down near Santa Monica when we were out there, and yeah, here's I'm gonna have Lynn try it and kind of give their description on it. So let's swap it over to her.
So, I decided to buy 3 pastries. What drew me in was not the fact that it said, like, Cake Boss TV show, Carlo's Bakery, or whatever. Like, didn't really care less, personally. But what drew me in was the fact that they had a special going on with a particular cake, which was a rainbow cake. And it says sold by the cake and by the slice. So I was like, alright, sold. Like, I can do that. When I went inside, I asked the lady, like, what they're known for. And she said that they're known for their cannolis and their lobster tails. I was like, alright, I'll get one of those as well on top of the cake. And I straight up was just like, so is the rainbow cake like kind of a hype thing just for pride, or is it actually legitimately good? Because some places kind of do that. And she was like, honestly, I thought it was a really good cake because it's vanilla buttercream with regular cake, and that, believe it or not, plain cake is not something we generally do. We generally make special flavors and stuff like that. So to have a classic cake is not something that like is very common on our shelf. So I think it's excellent. And I was just like, all right, sold. And on top of that, it's like the most Instagrammable cake ever. I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the rainbow cake. As you can see, it's covered in sprinkles, just every top part of it. And then every layer on the inside is just a classic cake. So it's going in the classic Roy G. Biv pattern as well. So let's try it with some of that frosting. It's not nearly as sweet as you think it's going to be. It is sweet, and this is a weird thing of saying. It tastes like what you wish store-bought cake tastes like. Imagine a Safeway or a Costco cake, and imagine how good it looks and what you want it to taste like. It tastes like what you want it to.
So it's not overly sweet.
Yeah,
it's not just like a sugar bomb.
There is definitely a sweetness to it, for sure, but it's balanced. It's like when you eat it, you're like, okay, after this slice, perfect amount. Don't need more. Glad I didn't have less. Like that. It does legitimately taste pretty good. So I'm pretty happy with that. Do
the colors have a flavor, or are they just... it's just cake. I mean, you were saying it's just a simple cake earlier.
Yeah.
But see, I think the assumption would be that the red would be like strawberry, the orange is orange, the yellow is lemon or something.
There's no... It's just it's like almost like sponge cake, which is what makes it nice. So the frosting itself is not too heavy, and you can taste it. You can feel the sugar. Like if you bite into it, it's like you're biting into sugar. So it's firm, but it's still very obviously malleable. All right. So the next thing
cannoli time.
Try is the cannoli. Like, I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Favorite thing was the cannoli.
I'm looking forward to it too, because last time I had a good cannoli was on the East Coast. So.
Yeah, I mean, like they have a lot to compete with over there. So, I'm gonna try this cannoli here. Slight tang in the cream makes it really nice. Super fluffy and light. It goes really well with a very...
I think I'd want the coffee most with that, personally.
It's almost like a stroopwafel.
Oh. Interesting.
Yeah, mix it with a croissant. Imagine a stroopwafel croissant. That's the flavor mixture with the texture. That's the cannoli.
Okay, now this is the
lobster
tail.
Yeah, now this is the most interesting.
Yeah, so I was confused every time you said that. That actually looks phallic.
Tail. Yeah, a lobster tail is made with their super flaky dough. It's like it's reminiscent of a phyllo dough. And it has a cream in it, apparently. It looks so fancy.
Yeah, do it. Oh, wow, that has a good sound, though. I wonder if the camera picked that up.
There's custard inside.
Nice. That's the way I would assume it to be. It was either custard or chocolate. I was assuming it was going to be one of those. Like, I thought it was like a, coronet, I think they're called, right? Over in Japan.
Outside is super crispy. Inside is chewy.
But that's how good bread's supposed to be.
Definitely flavored like almond.
Almond, huh? Not milk, not vanilla?
It almost tastes like marzipan.
Huh, alright, cool. I mean, almond would be a good one too. Like an almond croissant is amazing, right? So
it threw me off because when I taste the custard, your brain thinks vanilla. But then it was like, oh, the vanilla is soured. Because it's not real vanilla. But once you exhale through your nose, you get that almond extract scent, right? Where it's almost like it's like cherry pie. That's crazy.
Yeah, take another bite just to confirm.
Whoops. Okay.
Might as well.
Falling on the back there.
It's cool. Yeah?
Almond.
Cool. Awesome.
Really good. Alright. You want to try?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Alright, I guess I'll go in the same order as Lynn then. Let's see. This cake. Oh, also, Lynn got this really cool boba. It's a glass jar.
Yeah, from Mini Monster.
Yeah, and apparently they're all throughout the state, maybe even throughout the U.S.
Well, she said there's only one other she know of in Sacramento.
Oh, because I heard her say that.
It's a chain. It is a chain.
An older lady was like, she's collecting these jars from places, and I thought she said she had 3 of them. So.
Well, because there were 3 kids with her, yeah.
Is at Seattle or
in Sacramento. She's from Sacramento, yeah.
So yeah, but
because they're going plastic now, these are kind of like collectible jars. So she made sure all of her kids got one. She had 3 kids with her. They're all adult kids, though, yeah.
Okay. All right, and so yeah, her kids are like a little younger than us. So.
Was my description pretty accurate? It tastes like what you wish a store-bought cake tastes like.
It's really good.
It's well balanced.
Okay. I think because of your comment, though, it's actually sweeter than I thought it was going to be. I was looking more towards a Japanese type of sweetness.
Oh, no.
Which
It's
this does
American.
not have,
This is
yeah.
1,000% American.
I also wish that the cream was a little bit, like, creamier in a weird
Yeah,
way.
less grainy.
Yeah, less grainy.
But to me,
I
that
feel it's
graininess...
like sugar.
I feel like that's
almost.
that's a very American thing, though.
Yeah.
Like, almost...
Which is fine.
Yeah.
It's good. It's just, you know, when it was like, I had a different expectation in my head. So...
But it's not, like, sickeningly sweet, you know? Like, the overprocessed sugar stuff that you get from, like, Costco, where you can't even, like, finish the frosting ever, because it's just too much. Get your palate cleanser. Yeah, no, I'm really happy with the cake. I think the cake is delicious. It's not, in fact, a lie.
Oh my god.
He had a Peter Bear can.
Alright, so now for the
Holy cannoli.
Yep.
It's solid, right? It's really good.
Oh, that's so good.
Like that tang, though, in the cream. Yeah, it's perfect.
That's what I want the cream
Yeah.
on this to be.
Yeah, that would have been perfect.
Oh, it's so nice. And it's the outside has a perfect, like, crunch to it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like a croissant, but not. You know, it's just stiffer than a croissant. That's why I said stroopwafel, because it reminded
It
me...
actually reminds me more of, like, a pita, something that you dip with, like, Greek hummus.
Oh,
Whatever that
really? Yeah,
bread is.
yeah, no, it's pita bread. It's a little firmer than that, I think, but yeah. I guess if it was toasted or something like that. It's, yeah, right? Like, it's definitely a different flavor, and it's not vanilla.
Totally almond because I thought I was eating cherries.
Yep.
Such a weird statement to make.
Yeah, no, almond extract always has that cherry pie scent. If you try a cherry pie without almond extract, though, you'll notice. Then it's just a sour cherry pie.
The outside is a lot harder than I wish it to be.
I wish it was a bit more like baklava, where it was like the phyllo dough was just softer. You know?
I would go kind of the opposite. I wish it was more like French bread.
Okay.
And the way that it would like crack and kind of crumble apart.
Yeah.
Have that nice crunch to it. The flavors are spot on. It could be the fact that we waited.
Yeah.
You know, we got this before we got dinner.
Yeah, it's been about 3
Lynn
hours.
got this before, before we got dinner. And then we got dinner, which there was a wait to that. And then after dinner, we went to the LA County Museum for the light show and the Berlin Wall. And then we came back and...
Took showers and...
Yeah, most of us have already gotten ready for bed because we got work tomorrow, so...
So it's been out 4 hours.
Yeah, it's been out for a little while, but overall solid. I don't know. I'm debating, is the bang worth the buck?
No.
You don't think so? Like,
No. Well, I'd have to know how much...
cannolis?
I don't know. Like, I don't know how much they are individually. I just know
okay.
together, it was $20, which is just far too
$20
much.
for just these 3 items is too expensive in my
Yeah.
opinion. But I mean, I'm thinking $3-4 for just that is worth it.
I feel like the cake was 10, and then each of those was 5. Like that makes
I'm
the most
okay
sense,
with
right?
that too. Yeah, I'm okay with that too.
All right.
This being about $5. The
Yeah.
cake is Instagram, and
Yeah.
they're just making their money off of that.
I don't know if the lobster tail is worth $5. Maybe $3, $3.50 at most, because it's very light.
Like I said, if this was like $3-4, that's kind of what was already in my head. But if it's 5, I'm okay with particularly the cannoli.
Yeah, and then there's something called the Carlos combo, where if you add their famous chocolate chip cookie, it's $25, and there's just no way I was going to spend an extra $5 on what looked like a brown sugar cookie dough ball rolled in chocolate chips and then baked. Like, that's cool looking, sure, but not what I'm going for. Yeah, like, I want to find something unique. I've never heard of lobster tail, so I was like, yeah, I'll get that. The cannoli is what they're famous for? Alright, sure, whatever.
And you just got that.
And I just got that because that's literally what brought me into the place.
Okay.
So
I mean,
was
it
like,
was worth at least one time.
yeah, for sure.
But anyhow, until the next video, good night.